Ranging from the stars and galaxies to the smallest particles, the universe is filled with marvels that continue to defy our comprehension. Despite its enormous size and complexity, the universe functions absolutely perfectly in almost every way possible. In this video, we'll dive deep into the story and find out why this stunningly big universe is so perfect. The perfect system. From the dawn of time, the universe has captivated human imagination with its vastness and mystique. This has long baffled both scientists and philosophers, inspiring innumerable hypotheses and discussions on the nature and genesis of the universe. Before we dive deep into the details, let's look at what we actually mean by the perfection of the universe. According to the concept of universe perfection, the cosmos functions with astounding accuracy and consistency, as if it were carefully calibrated to support life and the growth of various living creatures. This accuracy is widely seen in many areas of the universe, including the structure of matter, the laws of physics, and the birth of stars and galaxies. For instance, the physics principles that control how matter and energy behave are precisely calibrated to permit the creation of life. Moreover, the strong and weak nuclear forces that hold atoms together are properly balanced to enable the synthesis of complex elements like carbon and oxygen. Similarly, the gravitational force is precisely balanced to enable the development of stars and planets. Similar to how complex molecules can form, the structure of matter has been precisely adjusted to support life. In organic structures like DNA and proteins, the arrangement of atoms and molecules is extremely precise, and even a small change from this order can result in dysfunction of the whole system. The development of stars and galaxies is another evidence of the universe's accuracy. As a result of the way matter was distributed in the early cosmos, galaxies and star clusters were able to form, which in turn helped to foster the circumstances for the creation of life. Together, these instances show the universe's astounding regularity and accuracy. So much so that 3 physicists from the US, France, and Korea have now proposed a novel theory to explain why the universe, life, and everything in it have ever had such a good chance to exist. Fine-tuning. There has been plenty of time during the previous 13 billion years for a few fascinating things to happen to the universe. Everything is so delicately balanced that if gravity had been only a few orders of magnitude weaker, the universe would either have left little of interest in its wake or would have bonded with the expansion of space and time together. Such a seemingly near-perfect balance may be the result of a physics process known as fine-tuning, in which the characteristics of a system must match or cancel out with such accuracy. The system simply wouldn't look the way it does if it didn't. For instance, the universe we live in is neutrally charged. For some reason, there are about equal numbers of protons to balance out each electron's charge. However, if there were a few more electrons, the balance would be negative, which would cause particles of matter to push against one another. On the other side, it can be a result of what is referred to as naturalness. For example, in the case of a solar eclipse, the moon's almost exact occlusion of the sun is not mandated by strict astronomical principles. There is no need for additional justification for the sun's size, the moon's size, or our perspective on either object. While observing the universe, physicists generally dislike using hazy coincidences as evidence. There is a strong impulse to go over the rulebook in search of a more in-depth explanation when 2 aspects of a system seem to fit together exceptionally. There are tons of interesting and original concepts to consider while considering the enormous reflection of energy and expansion. That is the universe. However, if we generalize it, most tend to fall into 2 groups. One group states that only a world capable of producing thinking brains like ours may ask philosophical questions like, "Why am I here in the first place?" Yet, this might imply that there are alternative universes, maybe an unlimited number, with the majority either dissolving at birth or exploding in puff, while ours just happens to be one of the good ones. Although it isn't a proposition that could bear scientific fruit without any way of establishing the existence of multiverse. As for the second category, there is the potential that we're missing some important piece of the physics puzzle, such as new fields or symmetries that could collapse under specific situations. It may indicate that there is a gap in our knowledge of forces and particles if the Higgs boson's resting mass, which represents a field that gives many fundamental particles their mass, turns out to be unexpectedly low. This most recent hypothesis combines the idea of unidentified physics as the cause of the Higgs boson's startlingly tiny mass with a type of quantum multiverse effect, which may finally be proven. Their hypothesis centers the fine-tuning explanation on the Higgs particle. It establishes a connection between forces and mass by connecting the boson with other particles in a way that its low mass would essentially trigger processes in physics we can actually observe. If successful, this could explain how weakly interacting variables in a field could affect distinct forms of empty space, specifically patches of nothingness with varying degrees of growth. This might show how the cosmological constant and Higgs bosons are related. It is in a sense a multiverse, given that different triggers occurring in various regions of infinitely expanding space may conceivably give rise to a seemingly well-balanced universe like ours. Theories of perfection. The concept of universe perfection is attempted to be explained by a number of hypotheses. These theories range from the scientific to the philosophical to the theological. The anthropopic principle is among the most widely accepted theories of universe perfection. According to this theory, the universe must be perfectly calibrated for the advent of sentient life, since otherwise we would not be able to witness it. In other words, it is not an accident that we exist in a universe that seems designed just for our existence. Several facets of universe perfection, like the rules of physics and the distribution of matter in the early universe, have been explained by the anthropopic principle. For instance, some scientists have contended that some physical constants, including the cosmological constant, are precisely calibrated to permit the development of life. The existence of life as we know it would not be possible in the universe if these values were slightly different. As with every good thing, there are critics to this theory and the opponents of this claim that it offers no meaningful insight into the origin or function of the universe, but just explains universe perfection by presuming it to be true. According to many theories, the only factor that matters when examining the universe on its grandest scales is gravity. Even though the gravitational force is many orders of magnitude larger than the nuclear and electromagnetic interactions that exist between particles, they are unable to compete on the biggest universe scales. As we know, the nuclear forces are incredibly short-ranged, failing to extend beyond the scale of an atomic nucleus, and the universe is electrically neutral, with one electron cancelling out the charge of every proton in the universe. This is why only gravitation matters in terms of the entire universe. Enjoying the video? Make sure to hit that like button and don't forget to tell us what you think about our breathtaking universe in the comments section below. Our universe. This gives us a way into two reasons, which explains why the universe continues to grow at the same rate as it has throughout history. The universe's laws of gravity and all types of energy are the same. We wouldn't be here if things were just a little bit different, and there is science behind this. Quite understandably, stars, planets, moons, asteroids, and even humans are all dense clusters of stuff. There are enormous stretches of empty space between them, which is also home to more diffuse clusters of matter such as interstellar gas, dust, and plasma, which either represent the remains of dead or dying stars or the future sites of stars that haven't yet formed. Interestingly enough, all of this is connected with the help of our galaxy, the Milky Way. On a larger scale, galaxies can exist in enormous numbers packed together, containing hundreds or even thousands of large planets and stars, or they can exist in isolation such as field galaxies. Little clusters of galaxies can also be bonded together. Even at these massive sizes, the clusters and groupings are organized along enormous filaments, some of which extend throughout the galaxy for many billions of light years, showing that they are actually well planned and in perfect sync. It is also worth mentioning that every specific sector of space we look at looks quite similar to any other region of space, with more or less the same temperature, same amount of stars and galaxies, similar kinds of galaxies, same density, etc. No region of our universe is more or less unique than any other region on the grandest scales possible. Whenever we look, different parts of space appear to share the same basic characteristics. Reason to be grateful. The way matter was distributed in the beginning of the universe, galaxies and star clusters were able to form, which in turn helped to foster the circumstances for the creation of life. Fast forward to now, the creation and development of life are still supported by a perfectly balanced universe. The precise balancing of the physical rules that control how matter and energy behave allows for the development of stars, planets, and the intricate molecules that make up living things. The fact that our entire existence depends on it is one of the most significant reasons why we are fortunate to have been created in a perfect universe. Since we live in a perfect universe, we are also able to appreciate the universe's beauty and complexity. The night sky's abundance of stars and galaxies serves as a reminder of the universe's size and magnificence. The complex patterns and designs found in the natural world, from the delicate snowflake structure to the sophisticated human cell, are proof of the universe's astounding creativity and genius. The intricacy of the universe challenges us to comprehend and delve further into its mysteries. which is another reason we are fortunate to have been born in a perfect one. The nature of dark matter and dark energy, as well as the creation of the universe itself, are just a few of the unresolved issues and unanswered questions that exist in the universe. These difficulties encourage us to create novel approaches and concepts as well as to deepen our comprehension of the environment. For instance, the invention of telescopes and spacecraft has made it possible for humanity to study the universe in unprecedented depth. We have learned about the beginnings and evolution of the universe and found numerous new planets, stars, and galaxies. The study of quantum mechanics and particle physics has also revealed a universe of subatomic particles and forces that control how matter and energy behave at the tiniest scales. The complexity of the universe also enhances our lives by inspiring wonder and amazement in us. We are moved to consider our place in the universe and to look for meaning and purpose in our life by the majesty and beauty of the natural world. The intricacy of the universe forces us to reflect deeply and to value the variety and depth of life. Most people don't really picture the universe as a place that is uniform and smooth. After all, a cluster like Earth is very dissimilar from the void of space. However, the universe is fairly smooth and perfect on the biggest scales. All in all, the perfection of the universe has a significant impact on human morals and ethical principles, and we are lucky to live in a universe that is so perfect. That is it from today's video. We hope you enjoyed the content of the video. If you did, show some love and hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you never miss out on any of the amazing videos we have in store for you.